Well, hey everybody, we're back. You haven't gotten rid of us yet. This is another fine episode of Nake and Jacole. That's right. That's just another step on this climb of the mountain of success. I don't know why this mountain has stairs, but dang it, we're doing it. What's up, Nicole? Or
What's
Jacole? How does this title work? Are you
Naked
supposed
Nicole?
to be Jacole or are you still Nicole?
I think I'm Nicole because I'm pretty sure it's the one with the first letter or
Yeah,
so.
that's the other thing. I didn't really understand this about our
Wait,
logo either.
Naked
Is
Nicole
because
with
we're Nate and
J.
Jacole, and then the logo is a J and N. J ampersand N.
For Jake and Nicole. Oh
Yeah,
fuck. Well,
but
damn it.
we're
No, you're
Nate
right.
and Jacole. But N and J just looks weird.
No, I agree. Jane N looks a lot better.
So is it Jacole and Nate now, or
Nake and Jacole and then with Jake and Nicole.
I think this just kind of helps lead into our funny play that we get our names mixed up because we don't know what we're doing. Anyway, so fun things happening over the past week. I have invested in a brand new blue microphone. Yeah, thanks to our manager. Yeah, that's right. We already have a manager, so it's legit, guys. Go ahead and spread the word. Um, so my favorite thing about this microphone so far is that I guess in order to explain why I like this microphone, I have to explain the story of acquiring it. So I went to Walmart,
Yes.
and as you already know, like every time that you go to Walmart, it's just a wonderful experience. Well, I had a truly, I don't know to describe it as millennial or Gen Z because we're still kind of on that weird line where we're young millennials but very old, out of touch. We're like boomer Gen Zs, whatever. I had a very our age purchase at Walmart today because with about $80 in my bank account, I went to Walmart and got a $50 podcasting microphone, a Mountain Dew Baja Blast because 'tis the season. Um, and then probably my favorite part is that there was a manager special selling 75 cents or 75-cent bags of cereal. And so
Ugh.
what I really, really like and appreciate about this microphone is how well it picks up all kinds of great noises. Can you hear that?
I can't hear a dang thing.
Oops. Well,
Did you get ripped off, Jake?
no, I waited too long. The cereal got soggy.
Oh my god. Is this some of the cereal that you got for 75 cents from
Yeah,
the manager
it's
deal?
it's Captain Crunch adjacent. Um, well, that's disappointing because to fill our listeners in, the original name for this podcast, which already got taken actually, so shout out to whoever beat us to the punchline, was going to be ASMR-ish. And so I was really excited about the idea of bringing in an ASMR element to our show very early on. But apparently, soggy cereal and lip smacking is not the way to create ASMR. So maybe if I gain way up when I'm editing, we can get it. But as of right now, this soggy cereal.
Don't do it. Don't. Oh my god. I thought you were gonna do one of those like ending bits to where like Guy Fieri says, and this is like da-na-na. Like, like they say they like repeat what they say
Yeah,
and then they
exactly like that.
Yes.
Exactly like that. And this is done.
fill blank space with end of the episode or segment.
And this was
Doctors, Drive-Ins, and Death.
ASMR-ish. Really ASMR-ish because we tried, but it didn't work. So yeah, it's ASMR-ish.
Honestly, it's pretty damn accurate.
Mm-hmm. All right. That's enough of that. So Nicole, what's
So
been
Jake,
up?
well, I got a tattoo last night, and I go to KC, and it's, I don't know, like 8 8 at night when I arrive, 8:15. And I go to this tattoo shop that I wasn't supposed to, like, wait very long. They were like, "Oh, it's an hour and a half," and then by the time I got there, it was like half hour. So I was like, "Oh, okay." Um, and these two nice girls, about, they have to be late teens, early 20s, um, came in, and they, like, one was very, like, gun ho. She was like, "I want this and this and this piercing, this tattoo, like, by tonight." She knew what she wanted, and her friend, like, the poor girl, like, it just looked like she was, like, being, like, drug along. Like, she wanted to do it, but she was like, "You're saying everything, like, I don't know how to, negotiate, talk to these people, whatever."
Mm-hmm.
And they sit down by me, and I did not, like, think that I didn't think that the first girl was talking to me, but she goes, "Hey, you're really pretty." And I was like, I looked over because I was, like, looking at my phone, reading something online, and I'm like, "Oh my God, like, thanks." And she, was just talking to me about, her day and stuff. And I was like, "Oh wow, like, and, cool, fun." Like, and she was like, "Hey, like, let's, like, add me on Snapchat." And so I was like, "Yeah, sure." So I did. And she goes, "Yeah, sorry, I'm, like, really high right now." And I'm like, "Whoa, no way." Like, I'm like, "Lucky." And she was like, "Yeah, I mean, how long until you get your tattoo?" And I was like, "I think it's about 20 minutes." And she said, "Well, I have some stuff in my van." And I go,
Ooh.
"Oh, no." See, that would be that would be a story to tell, but my lord, I'm sure they're nice, but I'm not going into a stranger's van at 9 o'clock at night to smoke some weed. Like, that would be the dumbest thing.
That sounds like a pork chop story.
That's, oh my God.
Yeah.
That is exactly.
That's a pork chop
That's
story.
a pork chop story.
So I'm really glad that you ended up bringing marijuana into this conversation, because I was told that we need to work on being more more easy to connect with.
Yeah.
And just being called pretty by strangers isn't necessarily something I can connect with. So I'm hoping that maybe some of our listeners can. But yeah, that's not something that happens on a normal basis, Nicole. So I'm glad that you're able to bring weed into it, since, let's be real, most people listening to this are probably high just to be able to enjoy it.
Fair.
I'm very proud of you. Very proud of you. So what'd you get a tattoo of?
I got a rose. I just let the tattoo artist, like, do the outline of it in basic black, and it's just on my sternum. I was gonna
get just like small and like an outline, or what?
It's about like 2.5 inches, I think. Yeah, and it's just the outline
on your sternum. I'm not about to ask you to show it to me, because that ain't this kind of program. But, like, is it like up, or is it like down, or?
It's like right where, like, the base of, like, the breast line,
She's talking about her boobs now, everybody.
Yeah, well, I'm saying, like, in male or female, it's like the base. It's like, yes, the base of the boob line.
You talk about boobs.
Boobs. But let me tell you, that was one painful tattoo. Well, it wasn't, like, unbearable. It was just the most painful one I've gotten, probably, I would say.
Yeah, that's not necessarily something I'm trying to do. Although I have been really wanting to get a tattoo lately.
Do you know what you wanted of?
Yeah, well, I think I showed it to you. I really want to get this, like, anchor with like a floral, like, rose pattern kind of transposed into it.
Yeah.
On, like, my tricep. But I also have been thinking really hard about getting this tattoo that says that it's a quote from from the Adventure Zone, that, the Let's Play podcast I listen to.
Yeah.
Because there's some, like, really good quotes in there, and I don't know if it's something I wind up doing. I'll probably post it everywhere, but I don't really know, like, where I would want to get that one, or, like, the design for it, because as it stands, like, a lot of the designs I've seen are very intricate, and a lot of floral elements in it that aren't necessarily my style, even though I literally just said I was going to get an anchor with a rose pattern transpose. It's just not normally my thing, especially like doing a bunch of colors in it. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I've been thinking real hard about it because there's some really good tattoo parlors nearby that I want to check out.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure there's some really neat tattoo parlor. No, isn't one of the Ink Masters like one of his tattoo shops is in New York?
I mean, New York is kind of a big state, so I don't know, probably.
It's either there or California. I know it's one of the two.
We went on a soapbox, or I went on a soapbox last week about how New York has all of the best things. So, like, NYC has all the best things. So, yeah, there's probably at least one, probably like 8 Ink Masters in NYC.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. Now that I say that I went on that soapbox, I totally remember cutting that out. Oops. Let's see, wasn't it your mama's birthday?
It was, yeah. Just went back home for my mom's 50th. Yeah. It was really fun.
Did you send Beth my regards?
No, I did not. I should have automatically said, hey, Jake, wishes you happy birthday. Also, he says he loves you and wants to marry you.
See, I wouldn't be quite that on the nose with it because you know me, I'm such a smooth operator, and it would be a lot more charismatic.
Yes. So how would you do it?
Hey, baby. Happy birthday. From yours truly, Jacob.
Yeah, I think you should really try that next time.
Then we would run away into the hills and live happily ever after.
On a white horse.
Yes, on a white horse. That also flies.
And also,
this is a Pegasus. We're not talking about poop. All right, don't be a child.
Hey, if I was pooping Pop-Tarts, that would be fantastic. I would never run out of things to eat.
If you poop Pop-Tarts, would that make your butt a toaster?
No, because the toaster is what makes it hot. Like, it's just what heats it up.
I know, but I'm trying to think of other things that would pop a Pop-Tart. Like, that's the whole point. Like, that's why they call it a Pop-Tart. Is like, you put it in the toaster and it pops up.
Well, the thing is like you have to put it in before it pops out.
I mean, okay,
unless you're counting like the food that's like going.
We devise a backloaded toaster technology where instead of like pushing it down, it springs back up. We just load it into this like mechanism that then slings it forth.
But the fact is, you're still loading it in. If you pooped Pop-Tarts, there'd be nothing.
No, what I'm saying is with a backloaded toaster, then it's almost the exact same thing where you are backloading the food that then turns into the Pop-Tart later.
So you think it would be like hot when it comes out, like in a toaster?
Well, okay, let's think about this. Have you ever had a frozen shit, Nicole?
No, but I've never had a hot one either.
It's at least 98 something degrees. It's whatever your body temperature is.
Yeah.
That's not cold.
No, but it's not hot either. It's like a.
I mean, it's a little steamy. It's steamy.
Well, yeah.
It depends, depending upon the ambient temperature outside, it could be a little steamy. A hot, steamy Pop-Tart.
What Pop-Tart would you poop out if you could choose to poop out a certain Pop-Tart?
See, this just sounds kind of like a what's your favorite Pop-Tart flavor question. But then there's the entrapment of, would you be eating your own poop?
Exactly.
And if my poop was Pop-Tarts, then absolutely. And with that, my answer is cherry.
Cherry? I don't think I've ever had cherry.
What? This is what's wrong with everybody is they've been growing up on the dessert flavored Pop-Tarts, like the chocolate sundae ones and the brown sugar cinnamon is almost passable, but let's be real, it's still a dessert Pop-Tart. Like, what about the fruit flavored ones? What about a good old mixed berry?
See, I don't like berry flavored stuff.
Mm,
But the cherry one sounds really good.
I'm once again looking for another co-host. We can keep the same name of the podcast so people don't get confused. Preferably, we'll have another person named Nicole. So, Nicole's of the world, hit your boy up.
Hit your boy as he's rubbing his temples. What did I get
Well, I
myself
did. I did shave
into?
my head yesterday, and I am
Yeah.
like glowing.
I was gonna say
Um,
the top of your head is
I
like
know.
completely white under this light because it's so shiny.
I know it's because I have a big chandelier on top, above my head,
On top,
on top of my head. It's a
on
very
top
fashionable hat.
of
Um, let's see. I also trim my beard back so I look like a sucker.
You did trim your beard a bit.
Yeah, and I look like a sucker that someone dropped on a subway.
Oh my god.
Nah, I think a barber shop. Let's edit that. Let's call it a barber shop because that's a lot funnier.
No,
Because there's hair there.
I think either one really works because that could be just a lot of dirt and grime and the
Okay, but if
everyday
we're dropping on a
nastiness.
subway, then I'm expecting at least one Starburst wrapper.
Are there a lot of Starburst rappers just sprung amok the whole subway?
You know, as I said that, I was like, why am I being so specific? But no, I'm standing by it. So a Starburst wrapper, because when I think like, I dropped my sticky desserty treat. It's not even dessert. My sticky candy treat on the ground. I immediately think there's got to be a Starburst wrapper on that. There's going to be at least 6 different kinds of hair that we're not able to identify its owner, its source.
It's host.
And then at least one either pink lemonade or lemon Starburst wrapper.
Okay, what are your favorite Starburst flavors?
I'm gonna really get controversial here, and we might lose some fans for it. But I really like the lemon ones and the orange ones.
I like
really
the lemon
like
ones a
those citrus
lot.
flavors. And well, we didn't want to end this podcast, but we lost all our viewership with that one. So catch you later, everybody. I'm kidding. Yeah.
Thanks for listening.
Forget everyone that hates on orange and lemon Starburst. They are good. Okay? Quit making memes about them. It hurts. Brought to you by Lemon Starburst Gang.
Hashtag lemon Starburst gang.
Hashtag Lemon Starburst Gang. Let's start that hashtag. Let's get that going. That's how we build hype, right?
Yeah.
If anybody wants to take over our social media account so I don't have to run it, that'd be great because I'm not popular enough on the internet to be starting a podcast. I need guidance, please. Or someone funnier than me.
Yeah, you're not very comical.
I know. Fuck.
What have we done?
Like, the only bit I had was this cereal. And it's soggy now. It's literally just like a bowl of sponge.
Jake, you're kidding. So when you called me up like 20 minutes before, you go, hey, I have this bit. And I go, oh, hell yeah. And you go, but I can't tell you what it is because I need your genuine reaction. And that was your bit? Work?
I was expecting it to be crunchier.
You go, can you hear it? No.
I need a refund.
I need a refund. Okay, I'm looking for a new co-host. Can keep, you know what? Different name, same lettering. That's fine. We just can't have Jake on here anymore. I'm sorry.
Can we give this podcast to someone more qualified?
Because
we both need replaced. Oh my god. It's time for another bite of sponge cereal. Look at how it clumps.
That'd be really good if it was peanut butter flavored. Oh, I'm a sucker for peanut butter flavor.
Peanut butter suckers. Yes or no?
Peanut butter. Question one, is there such a thing? And question 2 to follow up with that, if there is, have you tried it?
I don't know, and no.
I would yeah. I feel like with peanut butter, if it was just the same like candy mold with just peanut butter flavoring, then I can see it being kind of like a butterscotch.
Except that butterscotch and peanut butter don't taste anything alike.
No. But like usually you would think butterscotch is more.
Oh, like a butterscotch hard candy is what you mean.
Yeah.
I see. Well, I did have funny things to say, but now I forgot them all.
And that was the end of this episode. I hope you all enjoyed and tuned in.
And see, it's too early to get political on people.
Yeah. Coronavirus?
Coronavirus. Do we talk about coronavirus?
No sé por qué no. I mean, it's pretty relevant. And
definitely relevant. And, you know, there's already enough uneducated people in the world talking about coronavirus. Fuck it. I've got a bachelor's degree.
Let's add two more.
I'm qualified.
Yeah.
Yeah, so coronavirus. What is it about this substandard Mexican beer that's getting people so sick?
Okay, one of my coworkers actually thought it was from the beer.
Why do people keep thinking this?
I think it's the funniest
This
thing.
is why people shouldn't be allowed to procreate without a license. Like, first we had the child in Colorado that died because of the flu. And now we have people that think that they can get coronavirus from a beer, from Chinese food. First off, the Chinese food that you're getting from Chen's down the block, that's not Chinese food.
It's not.
I promise, it's not Chinese food. It's California food maybe, but it's not Chinese food. And unless there was someone with coronavirus sneezing into it, I doubt that there's coronavirus in it. And the best part is, I guarantee that the Japanese hibachi restaurants are also suffering because people don't know the goddamn difference.
Yeah. Sing it, Jake.
Yeah, so that's my rant. Also, there's these people talking, like, trying to downplay it because it's not as big as the flu, which I have a problem with, because, like, somebody was, like, posting some stuff about how, like, 45 million people or 450 million people across the world get the flu every year, and then, like 1.2 million die of it or something like that.
Uh-huh.
Regardless, the math broke down to, like, 0.1% of people dying from the flu. But yeah, it was like 450 million people. It was a shitload of people.
Yeah.
But then they, like, in the next column, they're like coronavirus, and it had like, how many cases are there in the world? Like 4,000 maybe.
Yeah. Let me look up. Keep talking.
And then there was like there's like another like 200 people or whatever that had died from it, right?
Yeah.
And don't quote me on any of these numbers. I only remember the percentages, but the death toll ended up being like 5% or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is they're only looking at like worldwide cases and worldwide deaths. They weren't thinking about the fact that, or they were ignoring the fact that regardless of how many people are infected or dead right now, this thing's only existed since mid-December. It's been of this scale just over the last couple months, and it's already killed this many people. Its death rate is 5%, according to these numbers, or whatever it is. It's definitely greater than 0.1%.
Yeah.
And we're just ignoring it. It drives me nuts because people are like willingly ignoring, they're conveniently ignoring other facts and just saying, okay, well, these numbers line up with my talking points, so I'm going to use these, and completely ignore the other statistic that completely justifies why these people are concerned about a thing, and instead just calling them whacks.
Yeah. I think people go too far when they're like stocking up on like a shit ton of toilet paper. Like toilet paper was like selling out in the Costco, like a Costco, back at home because people were just like stockpiling.
Because like that one woman got coronavirus in Kansas.
Yeah, I think that's ridiculous.
Just wash your hands.
Yeah.
That's all you gotta do. Wash your hands, please. Actually, you know what? We're going to take 30 seconds. I'm going to turn on a timer. 30 seconds, and I want everyone to go wash their hands. I'm going to do it too, okay? Nicole, you're going to do it, right?
Yeah, I'm doing it. I'm putting the headphone down.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, go. Back. Nicole, where are you at? Not bad.
Bad. I'm
Not
back.
bad.
I'm back.
And you know what? We're not going to die of coronavirus today.
We're cured for the rest of the day. Don't have to
For
wash
the rest
my
of the
hands
day,
for
we are
another
cured, everybody. That's all it takes. And stop picking your nose.
week. And flinging it.
I know it's satisfying, okay? I know. Like when you wake up in the morning and you've been breathing good and heavy, and you just got that big one in your left nostril, and you can like kind of wiggle your nose and you can just feel it in there.
Mm-hmm.
And
Starts to detach.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Like you need a fucking SWAT team to go in there and extract that boy.
Chip it out.
Don't do it. Use a Kleenex or no.
Or if you do it,
a
wash
facial
your hands
tissue.
right after. Yeah.
Yeah. And don't eat it. I know that it's the forbidden flavor. Don't do it.
Okay, I've heard. I don't eat it, but I've heard that it's good for the immune system.
Well, I mean, if
Not even
they've
joking.
just taken airborne, don't eat your booger. Take an airborne.
In defense of those that do, airbornes cost money.
I mean, okay, yeah. So, okay. For the low income community, if you need a quick immune boost, maybe a little booger flavored jelly bean that's also shaped like a booger and comes from your nose may be the answer. But for other people, just use some airborne. Or some emergency if you're some sort of brand loyalist.
Is the emergency the one that you put in and fizzles, or is that the one with the like tab thing you open and pour out?
They emergency is typically the packet one.
Oh, okay.
But they both have like a bunch of different kinds. Like airborne, you can get like gummies, you can get like the effervescent stuff.
Uh-huh.
Hell, there might be just pills now. I don't know. But I personally am an effervescent man. I like getting about 6 ounces of really hot water, dropping a couple tablets in, and then just chugging that boy. Delicious. And might cure cancer. We don't know.
Nutritious?
Might cure cancer. We don't know. Side note, this does not cure cancer. Do not take my medical advice. Just don't eat your boogers.
He's not a licensed medical professional.
I am not a licensed medical professional, and I will never pretend to be. I will just say stupid shit that I hope someone tries. Just please don't sue me. Please. I have student loans. I have a cat, and he needs fed a lot. He's kind of fat.
I haven't seen a picture of him lately. Has he really gotten chunky?
He's not Texas chunky, like when he was just a fucking moving bowling ball and just a wrecking ball of force. They could topple weak buildings.
Jake, do you remember when we went to the animal shelter and we took the dog?
Muffin!
We took the dog.
Okay, we went to the animal shelter in Manhattan and we found a cat that it was this black cat with white paws and a little like white snap like tuft under its mouth. And it was so fat that it couldn't clean itself. Like, you know how like cat legs, you like have the whole leg. This thing, it looked like it was walking with like just a like free wrist motion. Like, here's a deep cut. You remember in Shrek when Shrek and Fiona are like going through that field and then they give each other balloon animals and Shrek gives her like a blown up frog? That's what Muffin looked like.
It was the equivalent to that.
Yeah. Like and the best part was she was like still trying to be mobile. She tried so hard.
I know, she was a sweet cat.
She was just a fucking rolling
chunk
mass of catmanity.
Oh, and remember Tank? Or wait, was that the name Tank? The name of the bulldog? Or the pit bull? Shoot, which?
Oh my god,
oh
yes.
My god, that one. It was
the
running.
Fucking Hercules of dogs. I've never been intimidated by a dog before, but that thing was a literal alpha male. Like, if I had a tail, I would have tucked it between my legs because this thing was just a muscle-bound freak. Oh.
It was charging from the opposite side of the like backyard ground area that the shelter had, and you were like, "Oh my god, that's a fucking tank."
He was. Lord in heaven bless whoever adopted that dog because they are spending a lot of money on drywall repair.
Oh my god.
So anyway, back to Muffin. Back to Muffin. When I pulled this cat out of like her little cage at the shelter, I held her for a while and then she eventually squirmed and like I set her down and then she just kind of looked at me. And like much like I just laughed a minute ago, I was laughing so hard that my lungs hurt and I fell on the ground laughing. Not even touching this cat, hardly even looking at her. The cat was just looking at me as I just sat there laughing at her. Because she was so fat. I almost impulse bought a cat with a BMI of like 7.
Impulse buy. Oh my god. As if cats are like impulse purchases.
You're saying that as if pets aren't impulse purchases like half the time.
Okay, yeah.
Let's think some cats we know, all right?
So
they were impulse buys.
Okay, I retract my statement.
Oh, mine, like, I thought about it for a while, but let's be real. I was just like, I'm lonely, and then I got a cat.
I'm lonely.
Okay, so here's a little drama. Chicha, that's my cat's name, everybody. There will be pictures because he is my life. He's been peeing on things again.
Oh my god, yes.
And so I had to take out a loan on mattresses so I'd have a place to sleep when I moved in. And so I got my mattress, but I also got a guest mattress. And he started abusing my guest mattress.
No.
Yeah. So I eventually got I cleaned it the best I could, but then I got a waterproof mattress protector to put over the top. And then he proceeded to pee on that.
It didn't soak through though, right?
Well, no, it's got like a canvas thing on top.
Oh, okay.
I walked in on him in the act one time.
Yeah.
And my dad had given me a bit of advice with regards to cat urination. So people with animals, this is Jake's Cat Corner. So this is your happy little corner of the podcast that I give you cat care tips. My dad told me that in order to cure his issue with his cat peeing when he was my age, he grabbed him by the scruff of the neck and rubbed their face in it, which is, I feel, is pretty standard. Like, you do that with dogs and stuff. But this is where the shit gets wild and where Myers are just different. Meyer individuals are just different. Because my dad told me that he grabbed that after having rubbed, basically mopping the piss with the cat, he lifted the lid to his toilet and threw the cat in and closed the lid and then flushed it.
What?
And swirlied the cat.
No!
Yeah.
That's horrible.
Well, you know what? It didn't pee on anything but the litter box after that.
Oh my god.
So
You're not saying you did that.
Uh-huh.
You're not saying you did that.
Oh, I tried, but Chicha is too big to fit in my toilet.
Even if you lift up like both lids?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
You're joking.
Well, it's a combination of he's just big enough that I have to land it just right. I have to stick the landing just right.
Uh-huh.
And I think that he knew what was going on because he just immediately, like Mission Impossible, splayed out so that I couldn't do this to him.
Mission Impossible.
PETA, please don't talk to me. I don't care. Just leave me alone. He's okay. He meows a lot. He wants sink water. He's not scarred by this, I promise.
He's not scarred by this. I asked him myself.
We took him to a cat therapist. And the therapist was like, he's just a bitch. And not like a wuss kind of way. I mean, he's kind of a wuss. But no, he's just a brat. You ready to wrap up?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thanks again for everybody for checking in with us. I hope that you enjoyed this second episode of Nate and Jacole.
With Jake and Nicole.
Yeah. So just reminding you guys that our next episode, episode 3, will be airing on Wednesday, March. Hold on, I got a calendar here. Just give me a second. March 25th. So yeah, be sure to check in on Wednesday, March 25th.
And for the end of this week's episode, we also have our music recommendations. As per episode, we each recommend one song for you guys to listen to that we've either been listening to or have really been feeling lately. And let's see. Mine is, where we go? Oh yes, You Don't Get Me High Anymore by Fantagram.
So one of my favorite artists in the entire world just released a brand new album earlier or late last week. George Watsky released the album Placement. It's wow. It's probably some of his best work, and I don't normally say that very lightly, but he's really grown as an artist throughout the years, and I'm really, really, really impressed. I know that we try to pick a song, but really the entire album is definitely worth a listen. He's not your typical, I guess, rapper, but he's definitely worth a listen. So with that, do you have anything else for us, Nicole?
No, I think that'll do it.
Well, hey, be sure to follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Nake and Jacole, Nake and A&D, Jacole, Jicole. Check us out on our Facebook group. It's all by the same name, and we'll be posting links to our podcasts through YouTube and whatever other media that we decide to post that through. We'll keep you guys updated. Interact with us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. We love to keep in touch with you guys, hear what you like, what you don't like, what you want to hear, and just stay in touch. You know, this is a podcast by buddies for buddies, and damn it, I'm really lonely here in New York, and I really like the idea of making some friends. Okay, so
Everyone, make friends with Jake, please. He's lonely. He's a lonely
again,
boy.
God, like my only friend is my cat right now. And I guess Nicole, and that's just so we could do this project together. But yeah, totally. Like, subscribe, comment, share the word. We want to build a big old audience because I need new friends too. This is Friends for Jake. That's the new name of this podcast. Friends for Jake. So I'm going to stop rambling now. Unless Nicole has anything else, then I want to say goodbye.
Yeah, I think goodbye would do it.
Goodbye is suffice.
It's fine.
Bye.
Bye.